Bayou Lafourche was always the centerpiece of our lives. Just in my lifetime, I saw Bayou Lafourche not be the bayou that I grew up with as a kid. You know, we had fresh water in the bayou, we were catching catfish, and you had growth on the side, you had willow trees growing, and then most of my adult life, it was not that way. We live in a delta, a subsiding delta. The intercoastal has gotten saltier because the estuaries on both sides, the Barataria and the Terrebonne-Timbalea estuary, we've lost land, which has allowed that salt water to come in. And the only way we can maximize our fresh water is by putting more fresh water down and reducing the flow of the salt water coming in. That discussion was two things: making sure our drinking water, which is critical, our drinking water, getting it as good as it can be. People can't live without fresh water. Any community needs fresh water. Ensuring we have fresh water coming all the way down to the water plant, it is critical. But also having that fresh water for industrial uses. Offshore production needs fresh water, and it needs to be there, it needs to be potable water, and without that guaranteed flow, it becomes a problem for our people drilling offshore. All of that water supported by the water that comes down Bayou Lafourche. The second thing is using as much fresh water to push back that saltwater intrusion, causing some of the land loss that we're seeing. Since we put the lock in Golden Meadow, now that was done simply to stop high water from coming in and flooding Golden Meadow. But by doing that, we stopped almost all the high tide situations that bring salt water. We think we are improving the situation with increased pumping, which maximizes the effect of the fresh water coming down Bayou Lafourche. So all of the things are finally moving in a direction that we can get some of that water back to where it was before, and to where we absolutely need Bayou Lafourche to be fresh, at least down to the southern Lafourche area. It's real important for everybody on Bayou Lafourche to understand the other parts of the bayou. I mean, it is so different when you go to Fourchon. At the mouth of Bayou Lafourche, it goes in the Gulf of Mexico. Compared to the way it looks at Leeville, compared to the way it looks in Cutoff, compared to the way it looks in Lockport, how it is in Thibodaux, how it is in Labidieville, and how it is in Donaldsonville. If you grew up just in that area and haven't gone up and down the bayou, you really don't understand Bayou Lafourche. The reason people are on Bayou Lafourche is because why people always go to waterways. Before we built highways, that was the way you traveled. Bayou Lafourche is the reason why the communities in South Lafourche can do well, because of the ability to buy water to move materials down to Fourchon. It's the cheapest way to move anything. You put something on a train, it costs 20 times more than if you put it on a barge. Put it in a truck, it costs 50 times more. You put it in a barge, it's a fraction of those costs. And again, it's the heart of why we're here. Every community needs essential infrastructure, roads, and in our area, levees. And again, fresh water to drink. Those are all necessary things. But you need commerce. Without jobs, we don't have a community. Bayou Lafourche allows that to take place. Now it looks like what I remember 50 years ago. We can make some big, big differences, but we can't just sit back and let it happen. If we want to continue to live and work in these areas in South Terrebonne, South Lafourche, even upper parts of Lafourche and Terrebonne, we have to be active. If we do nothing, we will not be able to live here in a normal operation. If everybody's not working together, the basic infrastructure that a community needs will disappear. And it's important for all of us.